Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the warrant chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
So he non-fatally stabbed us. What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition,
no.
or I will spill it for you.
Oh no.
We are in the anteroom of the warrant chamber. This void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
Okay, that's not as bad as I was thinking. I was thinking it was going to be some kind of chaos, blood sacrifice, summoning some abomination. So, yeah, you know, this... It's not great, but it could be worse. Will you let me join you? We can take the warrant from Theodora together. I have no intention of helping you. Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel? Why are you doing this?
Why? Because I am following an order. What is happening on this ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my masters sent me for. The warrant of trade.
Should we provoke him? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
Alright, well let's go along with him for now. I will help you as long as you spare my life.
There's a good boy. Then go to the Sentinel at the gates of the warrant chamber and fulfill your destiny. I had hoped to feed Edelthrat to the machine. He is the one who caught Theodora's eye, after all. But since procuring him has proved difficult, you will have to do.
Skill tests in dialogue. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, which are made automatically, in this case you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the result of the associated test. Success or failure affects how the dialogue develops. Depending on the context, you might change the course of the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an action whose consequences will only become apparent later. The butterfly effect. Hover your cursor over the dialogue option that requires a skill test, and you'll see tooltip detailing your chance of success. The number after the skill's name indicates the difficulty of the test. Once your character starts traveling with allies, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skill will be selected for each test. So, hover your cursor over the dialogue option that requires a skill test, and you will see tooltip detailing. Yeah, so chance of success is 100%. Because it's like a tutorial thing. Okay. Let's examine the device. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. Any type of digital computer in the Imperium of Man. Okay. What immediately catches your eye is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of Archaeotech relic, an incredibly rare and powerful piece of technology from humanity's ancient past. Yeah, should we look for anything that could be used as a weapon? You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Well, that is a damn shame. Alright, examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
Alright, well, we have no other choice. We have to do it. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming as the servo motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass, the Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend that none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel, the cogitator? Is it a figment of your wary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Awesome. Got more than you bargained for, Conrad.
There is still another way.
Oh, he vanished. Well, thanks, Servitor. You're awesome. You saved our bacon. But Conrad's still out there somewhere, that snivelling little weasel. Alright, well, yeah, that Servitor's our bro. Hey, that was awesome. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them and their dynasty the great mission to be the paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first in the darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain and something. Yeah, the text is so fast.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Okay. I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the navigator sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Okay. Alright, who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Preeminent rights of a rogue trader throughout the galaxy. Okay, so lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units, calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Okay. As the game's story unfolds, you will see notifications at the top of the screen indicating that the status of your current objective has been updated and that new information has been added to your journal. You can open the journal by pressing J or clicking on the notification at the top of the screen. Journal entries help you keep track of current events and guide your character on their journey. The Quests tab tracks the progress of the main story. Here you can find information about any quests you have accepted and their current status. Use the journal to help yourself understand where to go on the next steps of your adventure. The Rumours and Contracts sections also contain important information. You will learn more about them later. Okay, so we got to seal the warrant chamber so no one can steal the document that says you're the boss of the galaxy. Alright, let's roll, brother. You did say something about that arsenal. Could we maybe visit there? Alright. Oh gosh, now what?
Run, fools, or fall!
Ooh. Yeah! Sliced them up. Thanks, man.
Master! Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this?
Alright, Conrad is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was somehow part of that plan.
Oh, holy God, Emperor! I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Oh, bro. You're gonna argue about semantics at this point in time? Yes. Yeah, you are asking too many questions.
I would be glad to follow formal protocol, Master. But I am obliged by the circumstances to view this situation as an extraordinary one. And therefore, one that permits deviations from our accustomed procedures.
But still got to call him by the title.
You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Okay, we got an axe, auto pistol, flak, chest plate, and a medikit. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Your character has suffered an injury after being attacked by Conrad. This happens when a character receives damage that exceeds 50% of their maximum wounds within one round. The exact percentage of wounds a character must lose for this to happen may vary depending on the difficulty of the game you choose. Injuries reduce the character's resolve. What does resolve do? You can fight in the battle. It determines the amount of momentum gained at the beginning of each turn or after killing an enemy. When a character initially suffers an injury, it is considered a fresh injury during the first 3 rounds. Once 3 rounds have passed, a fresh injury becomes an old injury. A fresh injury can be healed using a medikit without passing any skill tests. Old injuries can be healed with a medikit, but they require the character administering the treatment to pass a Medicaid skill to succeed. Okay. Note that when a character loses all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Okay, so not dead, unconscious. Once the combat is over, the wounds of all party members are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remained. Those can be healed with a med kit. Med kits can only be used by characters who have the field medic feature, base skill Medicae, or have taken Medicae skill advancement at least once. Whenever a character uses a medikit in battle, a Medicae skill test determines the number of wounds that will be restored as a result. Man, this is so much information just to heal damage. Oh dear. Oh man, this game's going to be complicated. Abelard can heal your character's injury. Click on Abelard's portrait, select the medikit on the panel at the bottom left of the screen, then use it on your character. Abelard needs to be standing right next to your character for him to administer the treatment. Right. So, boom. Okay, you've gotten new items. All items added to your inventory. Press I. Yeah. So, the should be kept at the ready. Okay. To equip new weapons or armor, open your inventory and double click on the item. Alternatively, you can hold and drag the item to the right slot. It will become highlighted. To view the parameters of an item, hover over your cursor, over its icon, and wait for the information window to appear. Another way to view details about an item is to click on its icon, then select info. You can switch between party members using the arrows at the top of the inventory screen or by clicking on a character's portrait. Item descriptions contain comparisons with any corresponding items already equipped by the character. That's good. Okay. So he's got his chainsword. Alright, so he can't use the medikit. Yeah. But we can have the armor, which will help keep us like, oh, it's not cosmetic. I mean, it is cosmetic. You know what I mean? It changes how we look. Oh dear. Alright, we'll take an axe.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for
Wait, I wanted to equip the gun as well, dog.
The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse. All those strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
Oh, good.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Right, okay. I heard one of Theodora's voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one?
God, he's
The
still...
last one I received was about the navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case,
Still tipping his
let's hope the
fedora.
Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
Okay. Alright, well, will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
Okay.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved.
Okay, combat begins with the tactical phase, during which characters cannot attack or take other actions, but may try to take up advantageous positions. Select the character by clicking on their portrait at the top of the screen, then click on the cell you want the character to move to. Red cells are areas inaccessible to the character. During the tactical phase, each character in the party may move up to the maximum movement pace, but cannot position themselves adjacent to an enemy. Press space to start the battle. Yeah, let's use this guy as a meat shield, hey? Combat abilities of characters differ depending on their archetype. Available abilities are located at the bottom right of the screen on the abilities panel. To read the full description of the ability, hover your cursor over its icon. Click on the icon to use the ability. Before the ability is used, you will get to review its estimated outcome while hovering your cursor over a character on an area of your choosing. You'll also see the ability's area of effect, and each character in this area will have a number displayed over them, denoting the probability of being successfully affected. Okay, I have a number displayed over them. Like a percentage? I guess we'll see. If the ability's effect is guaranteed to work, the ability's icon is displayed instead of a number. Oh, okay. You can't just say 100%, alright. When you're ready to use the ability, click again to confirm your choice. During your adventures, your characters will gain new abilities and talents as their powers grow. You can view the full list of available abilities and talents on the Feature tab in the character menu. Oh, okay. Yeah, but they're not really in a straight line, are they? They've positioned themselves well. Well played there, buddies. So what's it? Strike, 5 to 7 damage. Swing and sweep. One creature within a 1-cell radius. All creatures within the area of effect. Yeah, so we could... So do you reckon if we went in there... Okay, you could move faster than that, bro. Oh, like that. Oh, okay, it's like a... I see. I see, alright. So if we do that, that'll hit both of them. Yeah! Destroyed. Okay. Your new companion is a warrior. Hey, so am I. Abelard specializes in melee combat and drawing the enemy's attack. Charge is a unique warrior ability that works. I also have that ability. When they are using a melee weapon and is not considered an attack action. Oh, okay. Charge isn't an attack. To close the distance between you and the enemy and deal damage, on the abilities icon and choose a direction to charge in. If an enemy is in the direction path of charge, Abelard will attack them. Will still be able to use an attack action after would if he has not used one this turn. Note the charge can only be used if the character is 2 or more cells away from their target. This character is using a melee weapon. Melee attacks require the character to be adjacent to the enemy. To make a melee attack, click on the strike ability, then on the enemy you wish to attack. Unlike single shots, melee attacks hit automatically with no need for a roll. The enemy will try to dodge and parry the attack if they are using a melee weapon of their own. Okay. So dodge and parry the attack if they are using a melee weapon of their own. Melee weapons can be used to make area attacks. Yep, that's what I just did. A dodge test. Damage dealt by melee weapons depends on the weapon's parameters and the attacker's strength score. So we can like go like that. Well, that's pretty good. And what does this do? Wide slashing strike that affects multiple foes at once. Single attack with equipped heavy. With equipped melee weapon. Okay. Awesome. Well, that was good. Haha. Oh. Be careful, companions can get hurt by your burst attacks or area attacks. To avoid friendly fire, keep an eye on the trajectory of the shots and the area of effect. Right.
On it. You never stood a chance.
Oh, you didn't get that one? I'm not sure why. Beautiful. And then... yeah, he can't hit both of them though. We positioned him a little bit poorly. Alright, well... we'll get you. What does that do? +2 deflection for each archetype taken by the Navy officer. How many archetypes does he have? Oh, I just used it. In a 3-cell radius. 1, 2, 3. But it's diagonal, it might not have counted. Yeah, I don't think it did. Oh, he used Blade Storm on her. Take that, fool. You can advance the level of your character and companions. Prevailing in battles, exploring the Coronis Expanse, and completing quests earns you experience points. Once you have accumulated enough experience, your character gains a new level. Click on the arrows symbol on a character portrait to open the level screen. Each level gained offers your character new progression options, which include new abilities, talents, skill, improvements, and other enhancements. Your companions gain new levels at the same time as your character, even if they are not included in the active party during your journey. You can always increase their level later. Cool. So that means oh dear, I don't know. I don't know what to take though. So can we take one of these things? Okay, so it took me a little bit, but I've worked out I upgraded Medicaid, and that then allowed Drifter to be able to equip a Medikit. So I think it's just good utility to have. We can use a Medikit on the more people we can, and I was also able to equip his pistol now. So that is what I've done on him. And of course that then leaves this dude as well. And yeah, so we just pick one of these and alright, let's do that. Now it's at 60. It might give us new dialogue options. So he's a tough old dude. Okay, well. And can we loot them? Defeated enemies have no further need for their former belongings, but you can discover valuable trophies amongst them. Click on a defeated enemy to inspect what is left of them. Trophies on the right side of the trophy window go to your inventory. Such items can be used or equipped by your characters. That's a weird word to call them, trophies. Trophies on the left are packed up as cargo and sent to your ship. Okay. You can move trophies from one side of the window to the other by dragging them over. Alternatively, you can use the buttons at the top to mass transfer all trophies to the cargo or inventory section, and vice versa. Click Collect All or press Space to transfer the trophies from both sides of the trophy window to the corresponding window. So if we want to... Oh. What? I pressed space like it told me to, and it just exited and paused the game. In combat, a character may need to use different kind of weapons which can be prepared in advance. Open your inventory and prepare different weapon sets to switch To a different weapon set in combat, press X. Swapping weapon sets in combat does not cost action points. Cool. Right, so we have 6 of these now. So maybe we want to give the old fella a pistol as well. And then do we also go with the dual dagger setup, just in case we would want that for some reason. Alright, and then how do we swap? 6 to 9. Yeah, okay, so that's actually our kind of... Okay, well, we might use those on Drifter and see how we get on. Alright, oh. Let's go. Okay. Here is a map of your void ship. It consists of several parts between which you can travel. Some parts are not yet available, but over time your character will be able to access them. Click on the active part of the void ship to move there. Are you evil? You look pretty evil.
Here, on the threshold of the blinded guide, doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head.
Okay.
Idira,
Doing that Bloodborne
would
roll.
it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Okay, maybe she doesn't want to kill us.
Sorry, old man. Their voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Well, none of that sounds promising. What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
Okay.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
I like how when I told him that Theodora wanted us to rally with her, he just ignores us completely. And then he's just like, oh yeah man, we'll go and do the exact same thing. This guy. We must see if the navigator is well. Well, I don't think he's gonna be.
Oh no. No, 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 no. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Okay, Adira has joined your party, which now consists of several characters. To select one character, click on their portrait. To select multiple, hold and drag a box around them. To select the entire party and issue commands to all your characters at once, press backspace. Oh, wow, okay. Let's do it.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The whispers are getting louder.
So... and then I don't know what she really does, so we might just keep her there, and then we'll start the battle.
Let's make it quick.
Oh no.
Out of my way.
Oof.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Alright, so Adira is a psyker and an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses, and her psyker abilities allow her to do damage to them. Analyze enemies is an operative ability which applies the exploit effect to all enemies. Alright, so exploit. If the operative hits a target with an exploit attack, the attack deals plus 5 times perception bonus % more damage. Oh, that seems like a lot. The damage is also increased by 10% for each exploit on the target. The attack removes all exploits from the target. Right, well that sounds good. The operative can also use this ability against a specific enemy to inflict several stacks of this effect. The higher the operative's intelligence bonus is, the more exploit stacks will be inflicted. Whenever the operative hits a target with an exploit applied to them, the attack deals additional damage. Yep. The amount of extra damage depends on the target's number of exploit stacks and the operative's perception. Expose weakness is an operative ability which they can use against a single enemy who is under the exploit effect. This ability reduces the enemy's dodge, parry, and armor. The amount of reduction depends on the number of active exploits on the enemy and the operative's perception. Damn. I kind of understood that. Kind of. Adira is armed with a special staff that allows a psyker to unleash psychic powers against enemies. In the future, you will encounter staves that only a psyker versed in a certain discipline can use. For example, you might find a staff that lets a psyker use Inferno, but to do so they must first have the Pyromancy psychic discipline learned. Okay. So, Psychic Shriek. One creature within a 12-cell radius. Forewarning, the Psychic increases the target's dodge and parry by plus 10%. The operative targets one enemy within line of sight. That target immediately gains 2 exploits. Should we do it on that guy?
Anything else?
Okay. Lightning Arc. Chains up to 4 targets in a 3-cell radius. Yeah, and then yeah, that could even hit like all those guys. Oh, okay, so that will hit our bro if we do it there. So we just got to be careful of that. Yeah, alright, let's do that.
Farewell.
Gone. Okay, they're not getting their turn now, are they? Okay, well, that was pretty good. Uh-oh. Oh no, how dare you, sir. Hologram. You can use the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions in combat before taking them. Oh. Click on any accessible cell on the battlefield to place the character's hologram there. Select an ability or a single shot attack to see the expected outcome. The action will be displayed as if used from the hologram's location to let you assess whether you've picked an effective position for the action you're planning to take. Okay. I said with the left mouse button. Right, and then that's the... Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I kind of get it. Alright, so cleave, strike, okay, he dead. And we can still do that, can we? Oh, brilliant. Yes, we can. Okay. Cool.
A tactically sound approach.
Oh, really? You can't get there? Okay, but he can just do that. Oh, okay, that got him. God, he's gonna do something bad to us, isn't he? Oh dear.
Let's get to it.
Oh no, he's not. He's gonna get blade stormed. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink, parchment-like skin stretch between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. Ew. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead.
I believe Master Vespider still lives. Well, the servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Alright, yeah, let's ask Adira. She might be able to give us some info. What's wrong with him?
Wounded. Exhausted. Fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Your time is short.
Oh. Our time is short to do what?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Ah! It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Yep, that would have been my guess.
Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Oh dear.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Right. Alright, Abelard, what do we do?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespidas, good luck. And thank you.
Oh. That doesn't sound good. Yeah, he's cooked. Yeah, so he's not long for this world, hey? So a servo skull from the warrant chamber has relayed Edelthrad's message. The air is alive and gathering people loyal to the dynasty to storm the bridge. It is vital to make it to this meeting to unite forces with Edelthrad and confront Conrad. Alright, so that is our next goal, to take down Conrad. And, well, I guess there's no time like the present, is there?